So I'm sitting in a restaurant in Singapore when suddenly a young woman approaches me. She's a fan of the channel and wants to know if there is a chance that she could cook for me. But my schedule for this trip is already jam-packed. But she makes such a great impression that I make room in my calendar and agree to stop by the next day. I assumed it would be a street food store where I could just pop by for a quick bite. I had no idea what was coming. At this point, I was just walking into what felt like a regular day. But little did I know, I was about to meet someone with an unbelievable story, uncover some mind-blowing facts about Japanese culture, and experience something that would leave me more inspired than ever before. Today I am going to bring you there, to Kappou by Chef Aeron Choo. Welcome back to one of my favorite places on earth, Singapore. A few minutes walk from this guy, and we arrive to Robinson Road ready for Kappou. In hand is a small gift, and we arrive early to find the owner and chef preparing for tonight's service. While we are waiting for dinner to start, we have a bit of time, so let me introduce you. Chef Aeron Choo started in the food and beverage industry at age 14. She fell in love with cooking and decided to become a chef. In choosing her cuisine, she had it narrowed down to two: French or Japanese. Her love for the culture and the food eventually tipped the scale and made Japanese the winner. At just 16 years old, she makes her first trip to Japan to learn the art of Japanese cooking. Fast forward 4 years. She's the first Singaporean to graduate from the prestigious GSIA in Tokyo, and then becomes the first female owner of a Japanese restaurant in the country when she opens her first eatery in a popular shopping mall. At this point, she's 20 years old. Impressive. But Aeron is just getting started. It brings us to 2016 and the opening of this restaurant, Kappou. In Japan, Kappou are traditional restaurants where the chef is visible and can interact with the customers. Aside from running her business, Chef Aeron goes to Japan once a month to continue her training, where she works for free.
Aaron Choo.
She also competes in Japanese cooking competitions and often wins. And recently, she signed with Porsche to be one of their young ambassadors. By now, you might understand why Aeron's story moved me so much. It's not often you meet someone so humble, talented and hardworking who is barely 30 years old. One more fun fact about Chef Aeron: she is also an international Kikisake Shi. Let me just say it in English. She's a sake sommelier and qualified to serve and sell sake in a language other than Japanese. So it's only fitting to begin tonight's meal with a little sake tasting. Starting with this one.
Nigori unfiltered sake.
It's an old school one, cloudy with tiny pieces of rice floating around, with a rich texture and sweet flavor. Why am I holding the sake cup with two hands? Not only is it a sign of respect and gratitude, it's also to get a firm grip. Our second sake is a new school approach to Japanese moonshine, also called doburoku. Until recently, it was illegal. This brewer has a special license to produce it. The hole in the cap allows oxygen to enter, so fermentation can continue. It is a dry profile and a harmonious touch of umami. The older sake is more silky and is a bit stronger, but personally, I prefer the newer one. The third sake is something totally new to me. It's sparkling. Apparently, it took the brewers 18 years of trial and error to discover the recipe. Super interesting flavor with a hint of melon. I really liked it. It blurs the line between East and West. It's also the first in tonight's beverage pairing. For our first course of the evening, we celebrate Tanabata, the Star Festival. According to the legend, it's the story of two star-crossed lovers separated by the Milky Way that can only meet one night of the year, on the 7th day of the 7th month in the old lunar calendar. On this day, people write wishes on small pieces of paper and hang them on bamboo. Our first course comes with wishing paper and showcases this ceremony. It's a hot and cold combination. Closest to me is tiger shrimp, Japanese ricotta cheese, soft-boiled quail egg, and watercress stems. Further away is a crunchy yam wrapped with sea bream with bitter gourd. The sauce is a mix of soy and sudachi, with edible herbs added to keep the body strong during summer. Altogether, this was an incredibly complex first course. Many ingredients and flavors fighting for attention, but somehow it achieves harmony. It's no coincidence that the menu card looks like a train ticket for the Shinkansen. Because our menu today will take us the length of Japan, and Chef Aeron will cook with ingredients according to what's in season there. But did you know that Japanese traditional calendar system has 72 micro-seasons? For each one, a different ingredient is in peak freshness, with a new season every 5 days. Kappou is open 5 days a week, and Chef Aeron's deliveries arrive on 4 of them. That means she always has access to what's in season, at peak quality and freshness. Maybe that's why everything Chef Aeron uses in her kitchen is sourced from Japan. Even the water. Our next stop is the city of Oita for a pure white corn soup.
There's no milk, nothing added to it. It's just a pure corn on its own. And then the red dot is a fermented stream. And the green dots are the tade herbs to help fight the heat as well for the summer. Enjoy.
Amazing.
It's not a soup of the corn, it's the corn itself, just in a different texture. For me, it's just crazy how you preserve those flavors.
Next up, the big city of Fukuoka, for another staple of Japanese summer food, sweet fish soup. The star of the show is the fish lightly grilled over horsehair embers. Making a first appearance is something called junsai. It's also called water shield, and known for its unique, slimy texture. Normally, this dish would be served with fish liver. But because of its intense bitterness, Chef thought we might not enjoy it so much. She took the fish liver and some sweet peas and made a tofu, creating a bespoke dish just for us. Incredible!
I really enjoyed the skin of the fish. It's really crispy and it's just unbelievable. The taste of the fire is just there.
The soup is sweet, and with the smoky flavor, it's pure joy for me. Our next course takes us to the north, to Niigata for bluefin tuna. Here we can see Chef Aeron's knife skills on full display. She starts by giving a fish a light sear over sakura before scoring and slicing with precision.
So this is a 19.7 kilo adult baby tuna from Niigata. You have a belly portion, and then you have the back portion. Then after that you have a bit of radish and the star vegetable called okra and eggplant.
As the Star Festival is coming up in Japan very soon, Chef Aeron uses okra in this dish, so we can see the reflection of the sky. This time of the year in Japan, the sky is super clear at night and the sky is full of stars. Okra is another one of those fresh, light vegetables that they say helps to beat the heat. There is so much attention to detail here. I love it. In this course, the order of operations is important.
So how to eat? Please put some the star vegetable and a bit of the radish onto each piece of the fish and put wasabi as you like. Then eat with the fatty one nearer to you first. Then eat the grilled eggplant for palate cleansing, then the lean
One word is enough to describe this dish. Perfection. To go with it, we have sake with aromas of banana and melon that has won awards all over the world for its elegance and freshness. Pairing with our next course, we switch to wine. A 2021 rosé from Chateau d'Esclans. With this, Chef Aeron shows us a different side. Apart from cooking, running a business, and her monthly trips to Japan, Aeron somehow found the time and energy to study and pass the B1 intermediate test for French. Why? To reach a deeper understanding of wine. She's also qualified in that field with a WSET Level 2 certificate. This girl is an absolute machine. Our next stop on the Japanese tour introduces us to the butterfish. It's marinated in miso for 2 days and served with albino eggplant in the sansho pepper sauce and topped with spring onions. Here Chef Aeron finds the perfect balance in texture between flaky and chewy. When it comes to fish, Chef Aeron has a huge advantage over Japanese restaurants in the West. In Europe, the raw fish we get from Japan is always frozen. In Singapore, it's more common to buy the fish live. On the plate, it makes a big difference. Our next course is rockfish, with extra special treatment. Here, Chef Aeron uses an old technique that has become extinct. It's something she found in a back issue of a Japanese cooking magazine from the 1980s. Each scale of the fish has been removed by hand, and in its place, a tiny sakura shrimp. You might know the name sakura as the Japanese word for cherry blossom. Sakura shrimp got the name from their pretty pink color. To hold them in place in this dish, Chef Aeron uses a glue made from mashed potato. This dish also includes a palate cleanser, a slice of raw eggplant with sesame seeds. On top of this exquisite presentation and insane attention to detail, this dish has beautiful flavors that complement each other wonderfully. This dish shows that inspiration can come from anywhere. As the next course is prepared, we have 3 drinks to keep our taste buds busy. At the start, I picked a 2004 Krug, and now here it is. The other 2 are both Pinot Noir. The first was Aaron's suggestion, a 2009 Premier Cru from Hospice de New Saint-Georges. And then we opened the gift I brought. This bottle has a personal story for me. Aaron shared with us how the first wine she ever tasted was a Romane Conti. There is no better way to start. Based on this, her guests began calling her Pinot Girl. So to honor that story, I brought her this gift. A 2017 Musigny Grand Cru. It's a lot, and there is more. It's a spontaneous champagne tasting party. The people next to us have a bottle of Dom Perignon and they insist we take a glass. So in return, we insist they try some of ours. In the end, we all agree our Krug is better. I think tonight could be possibly get crazy. In the middle of all this cheer, the next course arrives. It's Wagu between toasted rice bread with Japanese mustard and one-bite salad. Tonight's Wagu comes from the Tochigi Prefecture. Each year, 35,000 cattle are inspected, but only about 3,000 meet the requirements to be officially called Tochigi Wagu. The outer layer looks like bread, but it's actually toasted rice. The rice is first soaked in sweet soy, then dehydrated and blended into rice flour. Inside the Wagyu sandwich is a Rioja reduction and slow-cooked white onion. In designing the salad, Chef Aeron aimed to create a palate cleanser. She wanted something soft, chewy, crunchy, salty and sweet, all in one bite. Each ingredient is prepared to achieve this, with mushroom, ginger flower, cucumber and melon, all wrapped up in unsweetened tofu skin called yuba.
I have never tried in this format, but
I love these little sandwiches, and I could eat 10 more. Next up is Yamaguchi for a tofu dish. It's 100% vegan and made with lotus and burdock roots. Because of their shape, this dish is a silent tribute to unagi, or Japanese eel, a common summer dish that is believed to help fight the heat. This homemade tofu is served with vegetables, winter melon and ginger. It's soft, slightly sweet and has a lovely warm temperature. Another dish that looks simple but has taken a lot of practice. Christmas is coming and I brought you an exclusive opportunity. Many of you already know that I own a Michelin-starred restaurant called 42. In early January, we are embarking on an exciting transformation. And by March, we will return with one ambitious goal: to become the finest restaurant in Central Europe. If you would like to support us on this journey and can contain your curiosity, here is your chance to secure your seat at the restaurant now. It could be the perfect gift for your mom, dad or sibling. Even better for your wife, girlfriend, lover. Or all three. And to make it even more special, I will include a personalized message just for you or your loved one. You will find all the details and the link in the description. Thank you for your time and Merry Christmas. Have you ever seen a piece of fish this big or this beautiful? It's the second act of our bluefin tuna. This one is from the 74-kilo baby tuna. You heard correctly.
74-kilo tuna.
A Pacific bluefin tuna mature quickly and can get upwards of 80 kilos in just a couple of years. As adults, they can grow up to 3 meters long and weigh over 450 kilos. What is she doing to that beautiful piece of tuna? She's making her version of Toro Taku. She begins by removing the veins and connective tissue. Then she adds a special rice made with 2 types of vinegar, plus pickled radish and Highland white leeks. After a good mix, it's served on artisanal seaweed paper. Gorgeous combination here with all the bases covered. The vinegar beautifully balancing the flavor of the fish. It melted in my mouth. We're coming to the sweet courses now, starting with fruit. Japanese fruit is known for its flawless appearance, meticulous cultivation, and focus on quality. That's why many consider it to be among the best in the world. And we have some perfect examples right in front of us. The fruit salad includes mango, peach, new summer orange, Okinawan peach pineapple, muscat grapes and micro tomatoes. Serve with miso and paired with fruit nectar wine made in-house.
Enjoy together.
The shiso flowers on top act as palate cleansers. So after tasting one fruit, you can eat the flower to clean your taste buds and fully experience the taste of the next fruit. Since fruit is a palate cleanser too, you could say this course is a meta cleanser. These fruits are really amazing. It's sweeter, more tender and juicier than most of the fruits. And there is a reason for that. Take the mango for example. Each one costs 50 euro. Why? Because the mangoes on the tree that get less sunlight get removed. This allows the tree to dedicate its full power to just those mangoes in the full light of the sun. This results in superior flavor, size and texture, but a lower yield of fruit. So the price reflects that. The fruit that gets cut early goes into products like juices and jams, so nothing goes to waste. With our next course on the way, the volume goes up and Chef Aeron starts to feel the vibe. Our last dessert is a tea sorbet with a dragon fruit tofu souffle. The tea sorbet is made in-house and is made of black natto and tea. Natto is a Japanese superfood made from fermented soybeans. It's known for being full of probiotics that are good for our digestion. It's also notorious for its powerful smell and slimy texture. Chef Aeron keeps the probiotics and gets rid of the nasty smell and texture by dehydrating the natto and mixing it with tea to create a sorbet. It's pretty good and sets up a nice combination of flavors with the dragon fruit souffle. Really nice! We have one last stop on the tour of Japan. It's matcha to reset the taste buds and balance out the sweetness of some truly unique chocolate. The chocolates arrive in the shape of yin and yang. The yin, or the dark one, contains Dom Perignon 2013 and the yang has Krug 171. Inside both, we find 40-year-old Ossetra caviar. With these handmade chocolates, Aeron strikes a balance between the elegance of European craftsmanship and the artistry of Japanese cuisine. It's a crazy good idea. Now that we have reached our final destination, we can let loose a little. We have a bit of a dance party. Aeron gets out the funny costumes, and I'm feeling giraffe. Just before we go, Aeron gives us a handmade card to remember our visit. Our total for today is 1,900 euros for two. Now that you have gotten to know Aeron, her creations and her story, here are a few of my thoughts. Everybody is searching for the mysterious secret to excellence. Most of us believe in magic formulas for success. I don't. But I do believe there are essential cornerstones of success. Here are mine. You need to start with curiosity rather than being interested. And you can't aim for an end at the beginning. When curiosity reveals the goal, go for it. No matter what. That's when hard work needs to light up your game. Accept the big dreams that come to you along the way. Be brave and work for it. Curiosity led this young girl to Japan. When she asked, "Is there a chance I can cook for you?" my curiosity led me to this beautiful human being and her inspiring story. Remember, the pessimists will always be right, but optimists will be successful. Remind yourself that you don't know, and let curiosity take you to the place you need to be. And that does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit subscribe. See you next time.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep.